Hello and welcome to today's product review with me, Gabby, and him, Matt, and the products. Let's go for it.
Let's start off with this. Quite a handy device. It's just a normal mains faceplate, but you've also got two USB ports on the front there, and that would enable you to charge devices that support USB charging, so things like phones, tablets, Kindle, stuff like that. And it's the full 2 amp rating, which means things like tablets and phones and so on will charge faster.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's really good. I would love to have one of those.
Yeah, no, they are actually very handy. I mean, it stops the sort of like the fights for the mains chargers around the home in order to charge things, because especially phones and tablets charge so slowly on computers. You stick it into your computer and you come back to it, and about 3 hours later it's charged by about 10% or so.
Yeah, I mean, on a serious note, if you had more and more houses or even hotels with those kind of plugs, then it would mean that you would have to then carry less with you when you're going out and about. So, really
I think
handy.
they are going to become more commonplace. I mean, the important thing just to remember with these is make sure you isolate the mains.
Yeah.
Before you go installing one of these, or you might end up with an interesting hairdo.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel confident in working with electronics and mains voltage, then just get somebody who does, either a professional electrician or somebody else to install it for you, because that could potentially be quite dangerous.
Yeah. That's a good product. Kind of like something in the future that probably will come as standard maybe in houses.
You would think so, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Excellent. Right.
Next one. Another one on the USB charging side of things as well, this USB power bank. Effectively it works a bit like a rechargeable battery, so you charge this up and then whilst you're out and about, if your phone or something dies, you just plug that into it and this charges that from the battery.
Excellent, so it's just like a little portable emergency battery.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how long roughly does it take to charge the actual phone?
From tests that I've done, you probably need to have it sort of plugged in for around about hour and a half or so, but I know it charged my phone from around about sort of 50% to 90% in roughly 40 minutes or so.
Brilliant. And I suppose you could plug it into your phone and you can carry on texting and stuff while it's charging. So
Yeah,
you can
absolutely.
so it doesn't like restrict you from having to keep it on the side for half an hour or anything. You can just use it together. Brilliant. That's another good.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be the sort of thing that you probably it's not the most you wouldn't want to go walking around with that in your pocket, but it'd certainly be something to handy to stick in your car glove box or something. And then when you got back to the car, you could charge it up.
That's good for emergencies.
Excellent. Okay. The next one, slightly deviating from USB power, is this little device, which you possibly can't see, but we'll do a close-up of it later on. Is a USB memory stick, so that doesn't sound too flash, but with this one, it's got a little USB micro adapter on it. So that means you can plug it into tablets and phones.
Oh, excellent.
Now it is only Android devices that support these at the moment, so and they have to specifically support Android on the go, which I believe is any sort of like version 4 and upwards that supports that. So really handy for just sharing data between computers and tablets and phones and so on, because you just stick it on your memory stick on your computer, and then just pop it into your phone, and away you go. You got the files on the phone or tablet as well.
So it's like having a memory stick that you can put obviously in your phone, because obviously phones don't have the USB ports that the others do. And it's kind of like the cable, but kind of shrunk down into like a little tiny device.
Very much so. Yeah. I honestly I can see these becoming sort of commonplace really, because if you think about it, there's no restriction on size. These go from like 4 to 64 gigabytes, so certainly enough space for most things that you'd want to stick on a memory stick, and works on most formats now.
Brilliant. Okay, and next one.
Okay, the next item is this USB 3 hub. So effectively what this does is this just plugs into a spare USB 3 port on your computer, turns that into another 4 USB 3 ports. You've got 3 on the front there, 1 on the top, which looks a little bit unusual, and you've also got a USB charging port there as well. So you can have this plugged into your mains power through an adapter that comes with it, and then instead of having to have the computer on to charge something, you can have it plugged into there.
Excellent.
And you can just charge your device without having your computer on, and it will also, again, because it's the 2 amp specification rather than sort of 1 amp and lower, it will charge things like phones and tablets much faster than if it were plugged into your computer. So even if you do have your computer on, probably if you got one of these, best to charge it through that.
Because I was going to say, if you had your computer switched on, you could still charge from a hub, because it basically uses that. But like you said, you have it switched off, and you can still charge from that one port. That's right. Yeah. That's excellent. Cool.
And then I think my favourite new item of recent times, it must be said, is this hard disk caddy. It's no normal hard disk caddy. It will actually encrypt the hard disk. So if you've got any sensitive data, anything you don't want anybody getting their hands on, things like financial information. In fact, actually, do you know, there's a lot to be said for encrypting just about everything these days, because it's easy to do. And you know, there's a rule of thumb that says if you encrypt everything, you don't have to worry about the data you don't encrypt. So so essentially, what you do, it uses it takes laptop-sized hard disks, so they can vary in size from, you know, I think sort of 500 gigs becoming the norm, but anywhere sort of like 250 gigabytes up to around about a terabyte now. I think you'll soon see a terabyte and a half discs, but again, that should be plenty of storage space. Just pop the disk into there, and then the pin pad on the front allows you to put a passcode on there to encrypt the disk. So until that is entered in, the disk is completely inaccessible, and that is including if you take the disk out, you know, it must be accessed through this. I mean, obviously that means that if you lose your passcode, you're going to lose your data as well.
So don't forget that.
Absolutely. So you know, and there's not really going to be a lot that anybody can do.
No, we can't do anything with that either. So.
No, quite. Yeah, you are stuck. It's also worth noting, because it needs to format the disk to start off with, don't go sticking a disk in here that has got loads of data on it.
I was going to say, because some people might already have an existing disk, they're better off, what would they do? They would basically put a new one in there, encrypt it, and then copy over. That's
right, yeah, that would be the way of going about it. You could either choose to move your current info off of the disk and then back onto it, but yeah, because of the encryption style it uses, it needs to completely format the file system that it's got on there, which means it will delete all of your data.
Wow.
And the other thing about this is a USB 3 Caddy as well, so it's super speed USB, which is 5 gigabits per second transfer speed. So
excellent. That's quite a few you know, flashy, futuristic type ones, isn't it? We're actually kind of moving quite far forward, aren't we, with our technology?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, it is very impressive these days, really. I mean, you used to be able to get these, but they were very, very expensive. I mean, they're really not that much money nowadays.
Become more readily available.
Yeah, quite.
Excellent. So I hope you enjoyed all these products. Obviously, we're going to do some more product reviews in the future, so stay tuned. Thanks very much.
Thanks a lot. Bye.